Welcome back to the Talking Hedge. I'm Josh Kincaid, and this is your Cannabis Business Podcast. Today, we are here live at the World Trade Center for a multi-state operator panel. Today, my guests include Wes Abney, Justin Ruiz, Jerry Derevyanny, and Kacey Morrissey. Wes is the mad genius behind the Northwest Leaf, a cannabis magazine prioritizing the patient's voice. Co-founded in Seattle in 2010, they celebrated their 100th issue last October, and they'll celebrate their 9th anniversary next month in June. Northwest Leaf, Oregon Leaf, and Alaska Leaf are monthly magazines that cover cannabis from every angle. The magazine has been a leader in providing high-quality journalism, photography, and a web hub for both the recreational and medicinal marijuana community. In July of 2014, Wes expanded with the Oregon Leaf, and in 2016 launched Alaska Leaf, then recently expanded to the East Coast with the Maryland Leaf. Wes is also the co-host of the Leaf Life podcast, as well as a cannabis producer-processor in Washington, Alaska, Oregon, and Nevada, with access to over 1,000-store distribution channel, making cannabis-infused edibles called Leafchews and a medical version called Leafchews. Next up is Justin Ruiz, owner of Hypeherbally Cannabis Shop. Justin has been heavily involved in the cannabis space since 1999 when he got involved with HempFest, first as a fellow protester, and then he began supporting the event through vending in 2007. In 2011, Justin established Hypeherbally, a medical marijuana dispensary, recently reopened as a 21 and over licensed cannabis rec shop. Justin is proud to have helped pioneer the Washington cannabis industry as we know it today, and has been busy creating a lifestyle brand around Hypeherbally, named #1 name in Washington State by the Seattle Times. Last year, Justin and Wes launched a shuttle tour service together called Higher Than a Space Shuttle. Justin, thanks for coming on board. From New York commercial litigator to general counsel of the largest recreational company in Washington State, Jerry Derevyanny is the executive vice president of corporate development and director of Cannex Capital Group. Cannex was founded in 2017 and is managed by a team of experienced industry and capital markets experts who are committed to aggressive, cost-effective growth. Cannex facilitates growth through cash flow from operations, strategic acquisitions, partnerships, and by leveraging the expertise of its experienced operational team. Cannex provides a range of comprehensive and flexible growth options for licensed cannabis cultivators, processors, and/or rec shops domestically and internationally, including providing turnkey real estate with operational infrastructure as well as long-term advisory and consulting services. Cannex is a publicly traded company listed on the Canadian Securities Exchange under the symbol CNNX. And remotely, today we have Kacey Morrissey with us. She's the Director of Industry Analytics at New Frontier Data. Educated as an engineer with experience in institutional asset management, Morrissey brings a unique blend of technical analytical abilities, intuitive market awareness, and a high-level understanding of institutional risk management to the cannabis industry. Since joining New Frontier Data in 2015, she's developed economic models to produce some of the most accurate and widely quoted industry market projections in the legal cannabis industry, as well as produce the first preliminary analysis of global cannabis demand. Prior to joining New Frontier, Morrissey was a senior investment analyst at the Hershey Trust Company, where she was responsible for public and private equity investment, due diligence, and analysis for the Trust's $12 billion investment portfolio. Today's multi-state operator panel is hosted at the World Trade Center. The World Trade Center in Tacoma grows trade and investment by providing direct access to the largest business network in the world with 300 offices in 99 countries. The World Trade Center in Tacoma is the lone trade service for the Pacific Northwest. The seminars, award ceremonies, and conferences can generate contacts and contracts. Trade research can clarify opportunities, and their matchmaking can turn those opportunities into trade. The e-commerce export store has partnered with Alibaba and is translated into 18 languages with about 40,000 unique visitors every month, giving your product an opportunity to be seen globally. So Kacey, this is a good transition for you with angel investors involved in the cannabis sector predominantly for the first 6 or 7 years. It's really changed. So have you seen, with the data, are you able to infer who's investing? Is it angel investors? Are they a minority right now? How's the lending landscape change and what's the makeup now? What are you seeing?
I don't really know the total, current national makeup by investment type. We get, some data through our partnerships, but that's something that's still, completely unknown. The number of verticals that are being funded within the cannabis sector, e-commerce, healthcare, information service solutions, startups are growing to fill certain pain points within the cannabis supply chain. We've seen more active investment from accelerators and cannabis focused funds, which are just a reflection of the difficulty in attracting institutional dollars. and just the, you know, the relative nascency of the space.
So Jerry, this question goes to you for kind of reasonings behind your own M&A and what you've seen. There's a lot of reasons to conduct an M&A. You mentioned that synergy is a word that's overused, and I think maybe the last real space for synergy is an M&A. There's a lot of revenue synergies, financial synergies, operational and cost synergies. So what are some of the recent reasons that you've seen for pursuing an M&A?
The biggest reason that I see out in the market for pursuing M&A is basically to touch more jurisdictions, to increase your total addressable market, that kind of stuff. And then the next level down is more the operational, where revenue synergy expanding within markets. Those are kind of the primary things that I'm seeing. It's really hard to have operational synergies in cannabis because you have redundancies across markets. I think there are a lot of things that you can find. You know, your corporate development, obviously you can get that synergy, accounting, a lot of that kind of corporate type stuff. But I think it's really, really difficult to find, which is why you need to make sure people, I mean, unless you want to, one of the things we really look for are, if we are looking at M&A, is to make sure that it's not going to be super high touch, where we're going to have to come in, because we have our own projects that we're working on. You know, if we're tucking something in, it can't be taking a disproportionate amount of resources.
And with that, we're out of time. I want to thank my guests for coming on. Jerry with Cannex Capital Group and Forefront, thank you. I want to thank Wes Abney of the Northwest Leaf and Leafchews. Justin, I appreciate you coming out. He's with Hypeherbally. Also, him and Wes joined up for the Higher Than a Space Shuttle. And Kacey with New Frontier Data, I appreciate you being on the line with us today.
Thanks so much.
All right, talk to you later.
Kacey.
Bye.
Bye, Kacey.
So with that, we're going to roll this one up. I'm Josh Kincaid. This is a Talking Hedge. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, or don't. And I'm out.